Alright, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be breaking down one of the biggest fights of 2021, Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Now the fact that this fight is even happening is just crazy, but here we are 2 days away, so let's just get straight into it. Firstly, I will break down how Ben Askren can win this fight. I'll do the same with Jake, and then I'll give you my predictions at the end. Okay, quickly, let's just mention, yes, there's a TV here, and I just put an image on there. I'm gonna get an HDMI cord for my iPad right after the Jake Paul fight. Bear with me through this. And also, yes, this is a new camera. This is the camera that I borrowed from Sioux College. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, Ben Askren's 3 keys to win. Number 1 is controlled pressure. Now what do I mean by that? If you watch the Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul fight, technically you could say Nate Robinson was putting pressure on Jake by just running at him and clinching him. But what I mean by controlled pressure, not get hit with anything while he's moving in, because those ones will obviously hurt more. And Jake is adapt to backing up and landing punches like he did in the Nate Robinson fight. If I'm Ben's coach, I want control pressure. Getting his back against the ropes is key. And number 2 is dirty boxing. So if you're unfamiliar with MMA or Randy Couture or anything like that, maybe you still have heard of this term, but dirty boxing is when you box in the clinch. Yeah, that's what I want from Ben. I want get close, use your tie clinch ability, and use some of your wrestling in this boxing match. And then number 3 is drag into deep waters. I could be proven wrong, but I don't think Ben Askren is gonna knock him out in round 2 or round 1. Just don't think it's gonna happen. It's gotta be, if Ben Askren's gonna get a finish, it's gonna be a long drawn out process. So Ben's gonna have to get Jake rattled, stay safe, and work his dirty boxing and push Jake around and make Jake tired. So what I wanted to get into is the last time Askren was in a professional fight, and that was his last fight in the UFC with Damian Maia. You see, starting on the feet, he's got that lead hand and he's just pawing. It's a little different. He's pawing away Maia's, because Maia is in southpaw, so he's pawing away his lead hand because their lead hands are close. But this is how Askren always fights. He always paws with his lead hand there. Maia throws the left hand. Askren just backs away. But yeah, see that pawing, and then this is Ben Askren's entry every time. At least in this fight, it is paw, and then wait for it. So he's pawing, still pawing, patient. Right hand, he throws the right hand, and then he switches into southpaw. Did you see the switch? I'll bring it back. Right hand, switch into southpaw, and tries to throw another one, but then tries to initiate a clinch, and he gets it there. That's how Ben enters. I'll talk more about it when I talk about Jake, but that's how he enters virtually every time. He throws the right hand, switches stances, and tries to grab a hold of the head. Yeah. So, this is Ben Askren's legendary spinning back fist. But after that, boom. You see that by Ben? That was kinda clean. Maia sets his feet and is getting ready to throw a left hand. From here, Maia could throw a left straight, or what he ends up throwing is a left uppercut. But look at Askren. Slips his head to the inside and then lands a right hand over the top. That was nice. That was nice. Just slipping. Boom. Here we are, 255, and then this, again, kind of same setup, uses his lead hand to gauge distance, but this time instead of straight, which Maia probably assumed was coming, Ben reads it and throws an uppercut. Beautiful uppercut. There's that same entry again, but this is the dirty boxing that we want from Ben. So he does his entry, he does his right hand, switch into southpaw, grabs, but look at his left arm, get over top of the arm. His left arm's kind of blocking him by the head, but he gets that left arm, boom, pulls the head down, and lands 1, 2, 3 good uppercuts on him. If I'm Ben Askren's coach, that is what I want. I want grabbing the head, uppercut, and then pushing, like getting him out of there before the ref can come in. I don't want like a long clinch, like a and then, because the ref's gonna just step in. I want to throw like maybe you throw a left hook, sit it over the top, uppercut, 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 and then continue your controlled pressure on him. Here it is again. There. Again. Perfectly done. Right hand. Switches into kind of a neutral stance there, but grabs the head. Boom. Uppercut. Perfect. That's what you need to do against Jake. Continuing on. This. This is what I wanted to talk about. Ben, this is the distance I want. This distance. I know that line is crap. But that distance is what I want. And I like, if I'm Ben's coach, obviously you're in range to get jabbed as he does right there. But you can eat a jab from Jake in order to get inside and work your own stuff. Getting that overhook, throwing those uppercuts, working to the body. I just put that clip in because I want that range to be established. But now I want to get into something that popped into my head when I thought of what Askren could do to Jake. So, this is Daniel Cormier, if you don't know. Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic's. This is Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic's. That's kind of hard to say with an S at the end of it. Stipe Miocic's first fight. But here. He gets that over hook over top of Stipe's neck, and then he's in the clinch. By here they will probably break the fight up if it's boxing, but if Ben can do this process faster than DC did, this process, look, he has this overhook, but they're too close for him to pull down and throw uppercuts. So what Cormier does is he swivels that arm from being on top, wrapped around, to swiveling it inside and then getting the underhook. That's an underhook in a clinch position. Getting the underhook, the left side underhook, and then he moves Stipe into that. And it just caught Stipe off guard, and he finished him from here. Boop, 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 boop. Here's a different angle of it. Has that overhook. So let's say instead of Ben getting Jake's head down and pulling it down, Jake stands up straight. So Ben's got this on him, and Jake's trying to stand back up. Ben can swivel it under, get the underhook, and then push him into that. Like, that's just beautifully done by Cormier. But that's just a little bit of dirty boxing that could work against Jake Paul and could work for Ben Askren. Another thing, Randy Couture, the godfather of dirty boxing. He throws a left hook, leaves it on top of the head, boom. Perfectly done. Here we go into Ben Askren's sparring footage. This was released probably a month ago. You see he's leaning on the guy against the ropes. Obviously Jake probably won't just like lean against the ropes like this. As you saw in the Nate Robinson fight, if you did watch that, Jake would clinch up too. And Jake has a wrestling background as well, so Jake won't just be lying against the ropes like, he'll clinch up, he'll grab an underhook, an overhook, you know what it is. But here, this is good work from Ben. Combos against the fence, just, that's a nice uppercut. His uppercut is actually pretty good. That's probably his best punch, is his uppercut. It doesn't look like as bad as some of his other punches. Again, clinch, here. That's kind of like, I don't know. Boom, another nice uppercut. But against the ropes, this is, so, like I mentioned, the controlled pressure to get him against the ropes, do some clinch work in between, but use, like, push him against the ropes, and then you can stand at this range and kind of unload your combos. And here I want to show you this. So this dude, Ben's sparring partner, Ben kind of reaches for a clinch, sees this right hand coming towards him. Ben
swerves under it and lands a nice right hand over the top. If you see this, if you see it come over the top. I know the frames aren't great, but boom, and then he has the boom, and he leaves that left hand up there, grabs the head, boom, nice uppercut, very nice uppercut, and then lifts the body over to the head. There, that dude swings big, damn. That's a nice uppercut. Like I said, the uppercut is Ben Askren's best punch for sure. That's what he's got to use. He's got to. I know Jake's the taller guy, but this guy's taller than Ben as well. If Ben gets a hold of your neck, you're probably gonna duck, because Ben has, like, if you've seen Ben's grip strength, I know he's got boxing gloves on, but still, Ben is a strong individual, and if he pulls your neck down, that'll be trouble. Take away from that breakdown, that little breakdown. Pressure, controlled, not reckless. Don't be just running in there like all Nate Robinson like, and then Jake can just overhand you, duck down, overhand. Your main goal is to get him against the ropes, unload combos from there, and use getting your underhooks, leading them into punches, all of that. You gotta have good dirty boxing, and you gotta do it quick because the ref will separate you quickly. You can't sit there and then like have an underhook, switch it to an over, and then you gotta be quick in the dirty boxing, get in, get out, and keep the pressure on him and drag him into deep waters where he hasn't been before. But now let's get into the 3 ways Jake can win this fight. Okay, so now let's get into Jake Paul's 3 keys to win. I couldn't find any other transparent image of Jake Paul. I was looking for one with him like holding his hands up or something. But yeah, him wearing his Jake Paul merch and ripped jeans with some red Adidas shoes on, or something like that. That's all I got. Number 1 is to maintain distance. Obviously, as I said with Ben wants to get close, Jake wants to keep distance. If Jake can keep this fight in the middle of the ring and just pump his jab out and keep Ben at bay, he's gonna be just fine. Ben's not gonna do any elaborate friggin' like boxing from the outside. It's just not gonna happen. Jake's the more skilled fighter from a distance in the middle of the ring, just boxing. So yeah, maintain his distance. Number 2 is to counter Ben's rushes. As I said, Ben really only has one entry. It's right hand, switch into orthodox, or switch into southpaw, and try and grab your head. That's it. So if Jake Paul can find a way to do like he did with Nate Robinson, which I'll talk about later in this, to back up and throw a right hand or counter him with a left hook. There are many ways to counter Ben's rushes, but a key will be to counter Ben's rushes on the way in to get Ben to gain some respect. Like, whoa, I can't just rush in here blindly. Like, he's got some power coming back. And number 3 is to stay composed. As I said in the Ben one, he wants to drag it into deep water. I mean a few things by stay composed with Jake. Jake's got to stay technical in there and not get frustrated with Ben's clinching that he's going to do a lot. He can't get emotional. He's got to stay calm, cool, collected like he did in the Nate fight. Got to stay calm and not gas yourself out, not punch yourself out. All keys to winning this fight. So, you may be wondering, why is Ben Askren on my screen again? Askren rushes in with this. Jake isn't a southpaw, so say Jake's an orthodox, he could stand his ground and throw a left hook. Boom. Because he throws it and then his hand comes down and then he tries to clinch over the top. So that's one thing he could do. This one is really bad. So he doesn't commit on the right hand, and watch Ben just kind of stumble over himself. It takes Damian Maia Damian Maia, as I said, not a striker. If you know Damian Maia, not a striker. It takes Damian Maia 2 seconds to see, oh, I should probably hit him here because he's just kind of moving forward, just falling over himself. So he doesn't commit to the right hand. Like, he doesn't throw the right hand, but he commits to the movement of the right hand. So he stumbles all over himself, just kind of forward, chin in the air, and then Maya hits him. That's somewhere where Jake can do like he did to Nate, slide back, overhand right. Even here, again, right hand, left hook is there all day. Jake's an orthodox, he just slides back, left hook. Even the right hand is there, because this hand of Askren's isn't that high. So left hook, right hand. That's how he'll catch him. Like, if Ben comes in like this, hands to the, oh, that's a crappy circle. Hands to the side, all his weight coming forward. If Jake, let's say, I'm not gonna draw. I was gonna draw Jake. But Jake's an orthodox. He just kind of leans back from the first punch, takes a step back, and then the counters are there for him. And he sees those counters, as I'll show you in the Nate Robinson fight. So here we are. So 5 seconds into the fight, Nate Robinson decides to full sprint at Jake. So Jake just backs up there and is like, okay, here he is, and he gets hit with the left hand there. Okay, he's coming with full sprints. Jake realizes that Nate's just full sprinting at him. So 10 seconds later, here we see, I wanted to show this. Boom. Jake throws a feint. That's pretty good. You know how people love their feints. Jake throws a feint, gets a reaction out of Nate, and he feints again, gets the same reaction. Then he feints again, same reaction, and he just misses that. He just misses that. But he like stutter steps, jab, right hand, skimmed by his head. This could have ended even earlier than it did. There's Nate. So, this is the second time that Nate has full sprinted at him. And did you see? Jake already made the read. So, the second time Nate full sprinted at him with like 2 jabs in a row, Jake has already stepped back, planted that back foot, and the overhand's coming over the top. Obviously there, Nate's a little too close, but a few clinches would happen in between that last clip and here. We're now at 50 seconds, but again, Jake stepping in, feinting, whoop, whoop, and this is really nice by Jake. Nate throws a jab, Jake slips inside and throws a left hook that lands like boom. That kind of clubbed Nate, if you will. And that left hook is what I was talking about, that he could land against Ben. In terms of Ben, I'd rather see him. I mean, that could work, but he can't. But Ben throws the right hand, so the right hand could drift more into that slip. I'd say, at least for Jake, or at least for the Ben fight, if he backed up here and threw the left hook. He's got power in his left hand too. But after Nate gets hit here, Nate's like, oh shoot, I got hit, I'm gonna run at him full speed, and then it's kind of out of frame. But Jake does that same thing that he did the second time Nate rushed him. Already made the read, and this time he lands on the top of the head, back of the ear, whatever you want to call it, and Nate goes down. And here we are in the second round. Nate's now a southpaw. Oh, what did I want to say there? Oh, this is more of me just admiring Jake's feints. So Jake, big feint, gets a reaction. Just testing the waters, feinting. And if he does that against Ben Askren, Ben will do his rush with the right hand, and then he can time his counter. It's about feints alone won't win you a fight, but when you feint, your main goal is to see the reaction that your opponent gives. So if I fake a jab and my opponent leans right, like super right, then if I'm in an MMA fight, I'll fake the jab and throw a left high kick, right? Like that's the goal of feints in the end. But Jake is using good feints here. This is more of to just keep Robinson at bay, throws a nice jab to the body, and then Robinson decides to rush him. He's looking for it there, he planted on his back foot. Here, feint, gets a reaction. Nice stiff jab to the face of Nate Robinson. And whenever Nate gets hit, you know his reaction is full speed run, boom. There it is again. That's one way that Jake can counter Ben's rush, is that duck down, plant, back foot, overhand. And yeah, that's all I only put that. You guys don't need to see what happened afterwards to Nate. But yeah, a quick summary: maintain the distance, stick a jab in his face, and keep the fight in the middle of the octagon. In the middle of the ring. Use his long range weapons, and when Ben tries to rush, find your counters. I'm pretty much guaranteeing you Ben's gonna throw that right hand switch into southpaw at least friggin' 10 times around. So, why do I have the hiccups? If Jake can find a read, and maybe it's the left hook, or maybe it's like the step back overhand right. If there's plenty of options when he goes that, and then hand down, kind of moving forward, goes that. There's plenty of options for Jake to step back and throw his counters that he did in the Nate fight. We've seen that he can make those reads as he did in the Nate fight. So it's up to Jake to make those reads, to counter Ben's rushes, and to stay composed, to not get frustrated when Ben's clinching you every 10 seconds. To not punch yourself out, to just stay technical, stay cold, calm, collected, killer mentality. That's what you need to see from Jake. If you are a Jake Pauler, or any of you out there Jake Paulers, please like the video if you're a Jake Pauler. Anyways, that is all I have for the breakdown portion of this. I will get an HDMI cord that will run my iPad into this here TV, and then I won't have to put this little image that my hand's gonna be blocking right now on top of the TV. So yeah, thanks for watching the breakdown portion. Now it's time for me to make my prediction on who will win this fight. So we're back at the desk. We're not going to use the nice camera. Here it is, by the way. It's kind of beautiful. It's time for me to make a prediction on the fight. It's a tough fight. But then again, it's if Ben Askren can employ his clinching strategies, and how much can he take? Like, how many punches can he take from Jake before he is compromised and is stopped? Like, how's his chin with the 10-ounce gloves? Of course he took punches from huge punchers years ago, but he's 36, turning 37, an older guy. How's his chin? That'll be the first question I want answered. If he can survive the early onslaught, and if he does Jake tire? Like, how's Jake's cardio? Because he did go I think it was 5 rounds with Deji in his first fight, which is actually pretty impressive to go 5 rounds in your first fight. His brother Logan got gassed out after 4 or 3. Nothing is saying that Jake doesn't have good cardio, but will Jake gas out because it's a pro fight? Maybe different. I don't know. 2 questions immediately. How's Ben's chin, and will Jake gas out? Oh my god, this is so tough. I'm struggling. Okay, enough. It's already been 5 minutes of recording. I'm gonna go Jake Paul by 2nd round TKO.
It's gonna be stopped on the feet. Ben will just be eating jabs. He'll get kind of wobbled, but he won't go, maybe he'll get knocked down once, but I have this vision of it being stopped on the feet, like it was in the Deji fight. I'm just thinking that Jake will just pepper him and just probably break his nose, just like outstrike him and keep him away, land a stiff jab, land a right hand, and it'll be a second round TKO win from Jake Paul. Do I want Ben Askren to win? Yes. I want Ben Askren to get in there, frickin' uppercuts in the clinch, just pressuring him, get Jake tired, just punish him. I would love to see that. That'd be amazing to see. But I think it's gonna be Jake Paul, second round TKO, stopped on the feet. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. If you made it to the end, you are a true OG, because this video is long. This is gonna be a long video. Sub if you haven't. We're almost at 500 subs. That's so insane to me. Like 500 subs. See you in the next video. It'll probably be a reaction to the Jake Paul Askren fight. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.